granniopteryx, granniopteryx. She knows the truth, she's linking every link.
Hello. I just thought you might be interested in what your taxes pay for interpreters in British courts. There are certain people who have broken British law who then go through the court system but are not considered to have enough of a grasp of English or even of British law to understand what's happening, and so they have to be given translation services. And I thought you might be interested in the sort of prices you pay for these translation services because, well, after all, most of you watching this, in the UK at any rate, are paying for them. So we get the criminals and then we pay for their court procedures, right, apart from the lawyers and everything else. But yeah, I'll get on to that after I've told you. I'm Granniopteryx. Please like this video. Just remember, you don't have to actually like the video. When you click like, you're telling the algorithm that it should go to a further afield. And so, yeah, it's helpful for the video if you click like. Of course, it's helpful if you subscribe and if you share it as well. But clicking like, absolute minimum, will be so useful. Okay, and if you want to help support this channel financially, well, all the links are in the description. Right, let's talk about your money and where it's going. Oh, by the way, if I look a bit peaky and if I sound a little bit rough, that's because I am both. I developed this sore throat, so this won't be a long video. Look, the category criminal courts or legal aid cases. Hourly rate £32 to £35, up to 40 with prior authority. So I suppose the more out of the corner, the more out of the way languages, you know, like Azerbaijani or something, will probably get more of a price than your standard Urdu. I'm just guessing there. And for legal aid cases, you get 29 to 32 pounds an hour. If you provide a written translation, it's lower. But there is here a minimum of 3 hours in the criminal courts and 1 to 2 hours in the legal aid cases. Okay, so if you've got a legal aid case, legal aid will pay for the various lawyers which might be involved in the case and the translation services. And this is additional notes: paid for actual attendance time, covers prosecution witnesses, so they will also possibly have translation services. If not used, minimum 3 hours still applies. So if nobody actually speaks, so for instance, if the person in the dock just pleads guilty, that's the end of the case. But the translation service person still gets the 3 hours, plus travel at 45 pence a mile for a private car if justified. I suppose bus tickets and train tickets and that would be covered as well. And the legal aid for face-to-face or video interpreting waiting time, up to £40 an hour. So it depends. They say 29 to 32 and a minimum charge 1 to 2 hours, but it could be £40 an hour, and you have to give 72 hours notice for a cancellation. Well, I was once a witness in a court case, and when I got there, the actual person in the court case didn't turn up. And that happens a lot. That would not attract the 72 hours notice, because if I were an interpreter, I'd turn up, so I'd be getting my minimum fee. And travel, and an hourly rate, 2/3 hourly rate for civil cases. Okay, so just so long as you know, what's a minimum 3 hours, assuming you have £35 an hour. Minimum 3 hours is £105, isn't it? Just like that. just like that, even if the interpreter turns up and just confirms the person's name. All right, and I thought you should bear this in mind when you see this little case here. 3 asylum seekers act badly with a woman on Brighton Beach. An Iranian man and 2 Egyptians were remanded to appear at Lewis Crown Court next month in connection with an attack on October the 4th. This was in the Telegraph on the 16th of October. 3 asylum seekers, a 20-year-old, a 35-year-old, and another 25-year-old, and a 33-year-old woman said she was attacked on the Lower Esplanade in Brighton at 5 a.m. on Sunday, October the 5th. So she went to a club or something on Saturday night. 5 o'clock she came out and she was grabbed by these 3 guys who dragged her down to the beach and acted badly towards her. And, right, well, that's it. And it says here, Detective Superintendent Andy Harbour said, this has been a fast-paced investigation. Oh, all the right words, isn't it? With all 3 suspects identified through investigative work. I understand how distressing this incident will be for the community, somewhat more for the woman. And it says here, Mr. Adansort and Mr. Ashafa appeared at Crawley Magistrates Court on Thursday, charged with 2 counts of rape. Both confirmed their names and dates of birth through an Arabic interpreter before being remanded to appear at Lewis Court next month. And Mr. Ahmadi, who lives in Crewe, appeared at Brighton Magistrates Court on Thursday afternoon, also charged with 2 counts of rape. He confirmed his name and date of birth through a Kurdish interpreter before being remanded to appear at Lewis Crown Court next month. So that's all 3 of them, all in court and all getting the services of interpreters at about 35 to, well, between 32 and 40, I was going to say miles an hour, not entirely with it, 32 and 40 pounds an hour. Minimum rate, 3 hours. Remember, even if they just turned up and then were told to give their names and confirm their names, the interpreter would still get 3 hours work paid for, and travel fees, of course. Now, I just want to correct a little error of communication here. It says here, 3 asylum seekers, a raped woman on Brighton Beach. No. They are not 3 asylum seekers. They are criminals who have invaded the country and are acting like criminals act. That's all. That's all there is to it. And they shouldn't be here. OK, till next time. You can help my channel by subscribing and clicking the notification bell. That's quite important. And by sharing if you're so inclined. Links to my other channels and to donation methods are in the description. But the best way you can help is simply by clicking like and notify. Thank you.